Hello, what's happening? We should have everything up and running. Spotify was running through the wrong channel, so you probably weren't hearing any music. But hello, we should be live, everything should be up and running as intended, and there shouldn't be any audio issues or anything of the sort, although if there is, please let me know ahead of time. But otherwise, we should be good to open this. Hello! What's good? It's game day. It's been a few weeks since the last time that I was live. Kind of took a break after the Motherwell match, and since then things have fallen apart. Both well, domestically and nationally, we didn't do very good over the international break. If you're a Scottish fan in here, not particularly fun to witness either of those games. We were pretty push in both, let's be honest, and we did lose to Dundee United. So that's us up to speed. How yous doing? Nice to see you. Hope yous are all well. Nice to see you, Kev. Hope everything's good. We're underway in about, give or take, 5 minutes from this point, so hopefully we can kind of get things rolling as necessary. But I hope yous are all well. I'm kind of just getting everything back up to speed. I think this is the first time I've booted up my computer in like fucking 3 weeks, so it's probably going to be a wee bit laggy at points. But hope you're well, Kev. Nice to see you, man. We'll shout at the first. But we have some news. If you haven't seen it yet, and somehow haven't seen it yet, we have a development. Livingston did a madness somehow. They managed to get a point against Hearts, so that's fun. I guess it makes the title race just that much more interesting. It puts a point between Hearts and Rangers, and obviously Celtic still have their game to play, so if we win our match against Dundee today, we should. But if we don't, then that's going to be problematic. But if we do, we will be in a 3.3 horse race, which is pretty intense given the fact that there's still a game before the split, as well as obviously the 5 fixtures that precede that. So plenty of points to play for. Nobody's guaranteed to be a title winner as of yet, right? Nothing's set in stone. So again, the way that the league's played out, consistency is the name of the game, and no team in this league has consistency, maybe with the exception of Rangers right now. So we have to win this game. It is simple, it is straight the fuck forward, and this is the team that should be able to do it for us. I mean, it's about as good as we can get given the circumstances with the injury crisis that we've got going on. I don't know if you have seen this one, but Johnston is now officially out until after the split starts because he made the mistake of trying to train while he was out with Canada doing, I think it was commentary work or something originally, but he was training with the Canadian squad and aggravated his injury just a wee bit further, so he's going to be a bit delayed in terms of when he comes back into the foray. But this is the lineup that we've got. It's Sinisalo in between the sticks. I don't mind that one too much. Trusty and Scales are 2 centre backs. It's been our standard pairing, the one that's done the most damage, so honestly more than happy with that. Fair enough. Tierney and Donovan starting either side, so it's the 2 Scots. I don't really mind that at all. I mean, realistically it was pretty much going to be the only full-back pairing we could have gone for, to be honest. But you've got Oxley Chamberlain, who's came in to kind of hold firm. I thought this would have been a McCowan type match, to be honest with you, but nonetheless it's going to go to the Ox, so that'll be interesting. McGregor playing on the right hand side, so again it's playing with a bit of an anchored midfield and letting Nygren push further forward to do his own thing, because he is the only player that has been pretty consistent in terms of form. He did some solid stuff for Sweden over the international break as well, getting them through to the World Cup despite 2 points in their qualifying group. The Nations League is bullshit, but hey, that's how it works, I suppose. That's what got us to the Euros, and it somehow gets a 2-point Sweden to the World Cup. They shithoused it massively. Good for them. Funny to see. Nice to see you guys. Hope you're well, mate. Likewise with you. Likewise with you, Kev. Hope you are both enjoying yourselves. I'm sure there's going to be some pretty open-ended ways that this game could go, but predictions are down there in the bottom right. You can see it on your screen. I think 3-1. It should play out that way anyway. I mean, we have a very long list of games that we have conceded goals in, so I think it's a kind of guarantee that we will concede at least one, but it's a case of, do the boys have the ability to bounce back after the last kind of stint in Dundee, because it was not a pretty performance. It was hard to say that we were the better side in that match, to be honest with you. We might have had the better chances, but Dundee took theirs. So this Dundee, the blue Dundee, will have to probably do what's necessary. So we'll read out the lineups of what's kind of going here, but you can tell by the way that they're set up, it's going to be the banks of 5. You're obviously going to have Ethan Hamilton dropping in to kind of make it a flat back 5 if they need to, and obviously Dan Robertson will drop in just for physical bodies because they're big boys and can do some damage like that. But the rest of the team, it makes sense. It's McCracken in between the sticks right, and Halliday starting either side. Ashley and Graham, they're 2 centre backs, and Graham has been pretty fun to watch at times this season. Definitely one of the more interesting players, I would say, for their team anyway. Definitely one of the more interesting ones with the way he steps out from the centre-back position, because he can actually ping a pretty decent pass. Like we just mentioned, Ethan Hamilton playing in that midfield role with Dandon Robertson playing just ahead, and they will rotate as necessary and drop back as necessary. They've got Yogani and Congreve playing either side, and of course Simon Murray, the big ginger himself, starting centrally through the middle. But like I said, for us, it's pretty straightforward. It should kind of get the job done. Sinisalo, Trusty, Scales, Tierney and Donovan. That's our defensive setup. Pretty decent. McGregor and Chamberlain, I don't mind it too much. There's experience in both ends of that holding midfield, so that could work out for us. But should the legs start to get tired for either or, it's nice to know that we can probably rely on someone like a McCowan off the bench. Negrin plays ahead of them as the central attacking midfielder. He'll more or less be the anchor in behind Svanchara. Don't think of him as a central attacking midfielder. It's more or less a centre forward, or more of an advanced forward. Svanchara is going to be an out and out kind of target man. And Yang and Maeda, of course, are Asian connections on either side. Will have to be a little bit better than they have been in our previous matches. Yang's had little moments here and there, but there obviously have been little moments that could have been a bit better for him, especially over the international window as well. He did miss a pretty bad chance from what we've seen. If you want a little look at the benches, there you go. You can take a gander at that while I read this other comment. Bit pissed off yesterday with the game. I don't know why you'd be pissed off at 4-2 win against a pretty decent Dundee United side. It's not as if Goodwin wasn't playing decent stuff. I mean, they did miss that big chance at the end when it came off the post, or someone had got it off the line, and then 20 seconds later Rangers had hit the back of the net for their fourth. So from that perspective, fair fucks to them, honestly. They're scoring goals, and sometimes that's what you need. It's not about being the best defensive team. Sometimes Celtic have been the epitome of that. We've conceded a lot of fucking goals, but we're still in the title fight, and I mean, it's going to come down to how we play today, obviously, but for the most part we should be good. Dundee are capable, and like I said, with the way that the table's lined out right now, Celtic realistically need to win, otherwise the title fight's going to become a lot more difficult, because with the post-split fixtures it's a guarantee that we would need to pick up at least 6 points in the other two, and the only way to guarantee that is to beat them. So it's pretty much pitch perfect from here. We can't really fuck around, we can't waste too much time, because if we do, well, we know what happens. Things can get problematic, but we will be kicking off relatively soon. You've got the live score on the side of your screen there that will kind of pop up once we do kick off on our screen, which will be pretty much right now. So hopefully a good performance to be had in that. We go, ball is underway, let's see what happens. It's not necessarily a packed out Dens pot, but nonetheless the ends that are for the away side are absolutely stacked out. I mean, to be fair, a lot more people than usual for this Dundee side, given the fact they've not really got too much to play for in a domestic sense. They're pretty much locked in where they're at the table as well, so you know, you do have that to kind of contend with. If you're a Dundee fan, it's more or less just a pride thing. Obviously Dundee United did the job a few weeks ago, they'll want to try and mimic and do the same. And the thing about these two teams is that late goals are pretty common, either for or against them, but either way they tend to kind of be the two leading boys when it comes to that category. Although Dundee admittedly more in the conceding goal sense, although it's a good ball out towards that far flank, they might be trying to shift the ball early. Ball to the edge of the area is decent as well, they're trying to shift it fast. Immediately try to put some pressure on the Celtic defenders. It's not the worst ball into the box, it's popped up and I think it came off a Dundee man, and Sinisalo will just claim that one, calm enough. We weren't that great without him back into the game as well. Yeah, but it's what we've always kind of been saying, to be honest with you. Like, Rangers, Hearts and Celtic are all going to have the same issues from now until the end of the season. Rangers have the better kind of hold on things because of the fact that they, you know, spent a decent amount in January to have squad depth. Obviously Hearts are getting tripped up because people are starting to figure out their tactics a bit more, and Celtic's been fucked with the lack of investment, and more importantly at this point in time the lack of fully fit players. We're kind of rotating a lot of third choices in and out of the team, which is not something you really ever ideally want to see. The team's really only got weaker as the season goes on, not stronger, and that's kind of been the catalyst and more or less the summary of our season as a whole. Just not really good enough in the areas where it counts. Nice to see you though, David, nice to see you indeed. Come on you boys in green, we've got another Celtic fan in, we'd love to see that. It doesn't matter what team you're representing today, it's more about just enjoying ourselves. I mean, this is the last game for the SPFL this week. Although there is the Challenge Cup ongoing right now for those that are interested in that. I know Wraith are playing in it. I wish them luck, I do have a little bit of love for them. And Celtic's B team was playing against Albion Rovers, who was, you know, my local team. It was quite funny watching how that was unfolded because of all the drama that's going on at Albion Rovers as well. It's been pretty intense. Nice little shift out from McGregor. Played across, calm enough. Oh yeah, I didn't even did I put the live announcement in Discord? Maybe I should have done that so that people can fucking see. Need to check just to be sure. There was a decent ball into the box there. Chamberlain tried his luck, but McCracken was always going to be having a pretty easy time dealing with that one, to be fucking fully honest. We moved though. Oh yeah, no, I did put a live now thing in. I just didn't put a link, that's all. Nice little step in. Smoking Joe, what a fucking name. What a name indeed, nice to see it. Happy Easter to you as well, Chief. Morning, he looks fired up and ready to go. We just need to hope for a bit of consistency out of the front three today. I mean, Sfinchara's always a hit and a miss. He's either really good or really bad, and no in between. Donovan gets shook off the ball a little bit too easy by Ugani there, and that's a decent step out. Tries to play the ball a bit too far forward and behind for, I think, Robertson that was trying to move in for it there, but just a bit too overhit, so Donovan gets away with one a wee bit there. He'll be able to retain it from a throw-in and go again. You thought Hearts would have won today, wasn't it? Well, that's the funny thing about it, man. It's what I was saying to you yesterday. It's like betting on Celtic and Hearts to win is very. Oh, there's a trip at the edge of the box. I think it was a fair challenge, to be honest with you, and if it was a foul, probably just on the edge. But no foul at all given by the referees. Celtic are a bit miffed by it, but we win the ball back, so I don't think we'll complain too much. You can't really bet on any team in the league right now when it comes to winning games, man. It's just anytime you think, oh, they should win this match, they'll find a way to lose it. Rangers have done it, Celtic have done it, Hearts have done it. That's why the title race is as close as it is. Nice little ball across from McGregor there, just pops it back in the end towards Trusty to step out. He was pretty mid, honestly, in his international window for America. He wasn't great, I would say. That's a decent touch by Maeda, if he can keep it in. That's not a bad ball! Oh, come on, Yang! There we go, this is what I'm talking about. It was a lovely ball in by Maeda, and Yang just misses it entirely, basically. McGregor tries to get the shot off the range, but it's a good step in right at the end there. From one of the midfield boys, I think it was Hamilton that stuck his leg out to block McGregor there, but that was a big opening chance. It was a lovely ball for Maeda. For once, he actually does the right thing, doesn't try and be selfish, takes the right touch inside, gets a really good ball across. And Yang just doesn't time his run right, doesn't get on the end of it the way that he could have, and probably should have, which is a tad disappointing, but it is what it is. Sinisalos just kind of walks in out his goal, which is fair enough, mate, but don't get caught cold. Not the worst pass, actually. Svanchara does well to hold it up. Negrin pops it back towards Donovan. He should look for options, but Robertson and Yogani very quick to drop in and cover the space. Nice ball out towards the side. Congreve tries to cover. Calmly dealt with though. No, I'm not minding this at all. Ball in, nice little step in, and again that's that Hamilton dropping back to cover for the back four as well. He's just making it harder to get that final ball in behind. But Celtic are trying to keep the press alive, and it's a lucky bounce for Dundee there. They get away with one, although the clearance is a bit awkward and the touch isn't exactly great. McGregor retains it calm enough. Aye, you're definitely not wrong at all, man. Could have done a wee bit more to get on the end of it, Young, but again, you can maybe just put it down to the fact that it's early doors and maybe they're getting up to speed. If that chance comes 5-10 minutes later and they misses it again though, then yeah, there's going to be a major problem. You've got to take your chances because you might not get many. Dundee can be a very defensive team when they want to be. It's a nice little step and lovely ball over the top, but well cut out by Dundee again, and they'll just opt to play it safe back towards McCracken. He'll try and send it forward. I think that's overhit as hell, yep. Camera doesn't even track the ball off the screen. That tells you how open it is. Nice little move from McGregor, gets it towards Trusty. Simple pop in behind, calm enough. As long as we're moving it with purpose, then I don't mind this. We have started very positive. Dundee haven't done too much in terms of outlets and threat, to be honest. Fair point, Virtual, fair point. It's just a bit disappointing because he wasn't too great when during his international window. It kind of looked like his confidence was knocked a wee bit, and missing a chance like that is a big sign that he needs to get that breakthrough goal. I think it applies to a lot of Celtic players now. They just need that one really good game to spark themselves. And Yang has been one of our more consistent players. He's just kind of on a bit of a down a wee bit down in terms of form, I should say, but again, we're not playing bad stuff to begin with. Passing's nice and accurate. I mean, the movement's really good. That's lovely between Svanchara. If Maeda can get it back to him, that's lovely. Nice for Maeda to run onto it. Gets into the box. Does decent. Box bounce. Surely a chance for Celtic. Spill. Yang! There we go! We've got a first! Nygren, I think's the one that's bundled it in. Of course, it's the Super Swede himself. It's either him or Yang, one of the two of them, but it does not fucking matter. McCracken cannot keep out his net that time. It should have been scored at the first opportunity, but it was bundled in at the second or third, and we'll take it. Like I said, we had another chance of that, and we missed it. It would have been a major sign of we're really in a bad position, but this time we don't fuck it. It was a lovely move, and again, it starts for that little run for Maeda. Brilliant hold-up play for him, gets it out. The ball in for Tierney, well hit as well. There's going to be a slight check maybe for Nygren being offside, but he looks on and he doesn't touch it to begin with anyway, so that's going to be fine. Ball shot, and it's Svanchara that touches it down, so it will stand, no bother at all. The shot's not bad for Svanchara, but it is directly at McCracken's, well, pretty much right at his body, to be honest with you, but the keeper spills it back out. Yang doesn't necessarily get on the end of it, and then Nygren's right in front of Yang to kind of steal it right at the end, so either way, goal for Celtic, we've got ourselves a lead. Nygren just made sure he was on the end of it, although Yang could have honestly tapped it in. I think he'll be a bit annoyed at that one, to be honest. It's a poacher's goal for Nygren, get his cell in front of it no matter what. But it stems for that little run for Maeda. Good shit, man. That's the Maeda we know and love. They're really trying their best to like check the lines and stuff, but again, Nygren wasn't even offside, so there is that, plus Svanchara was the one that touched it. I'm pretty sure that's what they're trying to check anyway. Oh, nice to see you, Flash. Hope you're good, my guy. I don't know if he's in chat or not. Are you in chat? Haven't seen any comments. Oh, nice to see you, Tommy. Nice to see everyone that's in. Oh, you're in chat, my guy. Thank you very much, man. Just 1 month shy of 20 months. That is wild. They are still checking this, by the way. They're doing the classic, alright, because Celtic have scored, we have to take every conceivable fucking... Yes, I was going to say, goal stands. They were really ripping the piss. It looked pretty obvious in real time, to be pretty frank. Oh Christ, oh, back to back. We'll love to see that, man. Thank you very much, Kev, for 16 months. Always love the longer servants. Appreciate yous both. 2-2. Nah, about you talking about the fucking Hearts and Livingston game. Yeah, we were talking about it at the start of the stream, Chief. Definitely a weird one for a Hearts perspective, but I mean, it's not as if Livingston didn't deserve it. They played some actually pretty decent stuff. Svanchara's on the chase down. McCracken's had to panic clear it almost, and it's gone out for a throw, and it looks like this version of Celtic is a version I can back. They're very, very ruthless with the balls forward. It's kind of putting the pressure on Dundee defensively to kind of do something. But they're just kind of dinghying it out and trying to hope that somebody gets on the end of it. It's not really working out for them, but when Celtic are putting a ball in behind, it's forcing them to take touches, and Celtic can engage a press. If they send it forward, Robertson, Murray, whoever's on the end of it centrally can't do much, so as long as we can keep this going, not too bad. It's just showing the goal race for the scorers. That's what he's saying, the lead with 17, but one behind them is now officially Nygren. Sweetman's got himself a... I mean, Yang must be... Oh wait, it's actually a Yang goal, to be honest. It came off of Yang last, actually. I believe it's his goal. It might be... I think officially it will go down as a Nygren goal for now, but it might actually be Yang's. It showed in the slow-mo replay there. It kind of just caught the edge of his studs. It might classify for the South Korean, actually. He went with a 1-0 Celtic. I kind of understand that, to be fair. Any prediction that I've made over the last like month and a half, I've had to put like a goal for the other side because we just concede. It's a thing we do. We're brilliant at it. But I'm liking the hustle. Again, lovely steal. Oh, that was really actually nice for Svanchara. He tried to go for range, but it's always going to sail over the top. The steal in the midfield there was fucking lovely though. Like I'm saying, we're doing exactly where we need to go. It was Yang. Is Yang being given credit for the goal? Yeah, that makes sense. Good for him then. Makes up for the Saturday he missed earlier on, and I did feel a bit bad for him when Nygren stole that one, so yeah. So that's why they were showing the tally record, because Nygren would have had 17 if it stood. That makes more sense. There's Dundee's first chance to get forward, really, and Oof, they overrun it immediately, and Sinisalo gets it on the end of a very loose touch from the Dundee forward. And to be honest with you, it's not as if they're looking too threatening at all. That's probably an advantage at the least. But Svanchara pops a lovely ball over for Nygren to chase down. The Swede tries his best to hold it up, but again, well bodied and blocked. That Hamilton is a fucking tank in the midfield for them. But every time he's caught cold in the midfield, it seems that Celtic get through them quite easily, so that's probably why they're forcing him to sit a lot further back than originally intended. You're like, this is going to go down to the wire. I don't think it's good for many people's hearts. I mean, Hearts fans must be absolutely shitting themselves knowing that they still have the entire split and they don't get any easy teams. The split as it stands is what it's pretty sure it's like Hibs, Falkirk. It's Hibs and Falkirk, right? They're the ones in 5th and 6th, and then you've obviously got the leading 4 in Motherwell, Celtic, Rangers and Hearts. None of them are particularly easy games, regardless, for any team. So, points will be dropped by every team from now to the end of the season. It's just a case of how many and who for. If Celtic can capitalise on today and pick up 2 points, that'd be very nice. Rangers obviously did their job yesterday, so they'll be quite buzzing, obviously, if Celtic drop points today. Like, again, things will change week to week. But that loss against Dundee United and top of the loss against Hibs, those two really weird defeats, they're the ones that are going to sting if we don't get the title for you. But there are some pretty major matches between now and the end of the season. I mean, Hearts need to play Motherwell before the split as well, so it's not as if they have anything but tough fixtures from here on out. Nice little ball back into space, but again, Dundee will just put all your just play it safe. Graham's going to shepherd out towards that far side. Here's right. Nice little touch for Yogani. I don't know if he's kept it in, but I mean, Donovan is saying, and he just pulls off of the fucking run entirely. Look, that's unfair, unless they've raised it. I mean, Yogani's complaining. It looked like he kept it in, to be honest, in real time, but just showing that, but no, that's right. Okay, it was definitely out of play. We're just making sure. It felt like he was hard done by that, but yeah, just about over the line. And Dundee are playing a risky game here. They might just be giving away another chance. They've played it back to their goalkeeper on a weird bear. McCracken's going to have to just point it right out to the side, and we're going to get a throw in for that. That was very silly for Dundee. They're not covering themselves in glory in any part of the pitch as it stands. Celtic are definitely playing the better stuff. Nice little shift out for Scales. Lovely 1-2 movement here, actually. Really lovely 1-2 movement. Oxley does well to kind of get past his man. Skips past 2 or 3 of them. Lovely play into space. Yang's got it far side. Can he whip it across? Does get a ball bounce off the defender. I think it was right there. It was right. And it's another corner kick. That was a lot better from us overall. Very, very nice movement. Quick corner, and I thought we would have taken it based on the way we're setting up, but it's worked out well. If Nygren can swing that in, it's not the worst ball in the world. It's going to bounce out edge of the area, takes a weird bobble when it's hit into the ground, but fortunately for Chamberlain, it doesn't really bounce anywhere besides straight at McCracken. Very simple save in the end, but I respect the fact that he tried to put some power behind it. Tried to keep it down so it didn't sail over. I can respect that. Like I said, experience, it's not a bad thing, but I think he knew as soon as it left his boot it wasn't going to do much besides just give the keeper a wee bit of catch in practice. Celtic are trying to win the ball back in Dundee's final third, and apparently that's a foul for Dundee. I'm going to guess there was a shot pull in there by the way it felt. Coming off ball out to the side, right gets it, tries to dance it in for Hamilton. Stand up. Looking for any open options. There's a decent ball into space, but they're trying to work their way into lanes that are just going to be very obviously closed down, so yep, backwards they go again. Silly foul for Yang there, to be honest. There's a wee red motor through the tree on that far side. I'll keep an eye on it the next time it comes through. Just need a wash. Do you bet 3-1? Yes, I usually just predict them. I'm not really the type to put bets on my guy. There are people in chat that take those bets and they have won money off them in the past. I tend to kind of know my stuff when it comes to scores. I've predicted some weird ass results. I got the 2-2 against Bologna right. That's probably the weirdest call that I've got spot on this season, but for the most part pretty much just a thing that we do for fun. Oh, I don't know if Donovan touched that last. Seems that way, but that's better, big man. That's a lot better, Donovan. Stays on it and manages to jump over the ball at the last second. We've got a throw in from this 18.5 minutes of being and gone comfortably. We're doing pretty good in that sense. No real trouble so far. And that's not really the ball forward of dreams, is it? Sinisalo, it's quite fucking lacklustre, to be honest. Parsons decent enough, nice little pop into space, and again Dundee are putting themselves under pressure. Like, they had the option to go forward, they cut it back against themselves, and all of a sudden it's more or less like a 6v6. So Anchara tries to get in behind there, but he's just kind of pushed off the back of the ball by Graham quite comfortably. Back to the Dundee shot stopper. Pretty comfortable opening 20 minutes for us, not really too much else to speak of besides that. One or two chances that the Yanks had, but the silver lining is that he was able to take one of them, so I'm more than happy with that. He'd Celtic down as a 2-1 or a 3-1, but they got fucked. I'm going to guess that got fucked by the Hearts result earlier. I mean, this league is impossible to predict this season, that's why it's quite funny. This franchise all shit. I don't think he's had the worst start. He's done some decent hold-up touches. I'd like to see him try and get in between Graham and his other defensive counterpart, because if he doesn't, then, you know, what's the point? Because you've got Yang trying to do it in between the full-backs, right? He's trying to cut in between right to get those quick balls in. You've got Maeda doing the same on the other side. Like, it's forcing that Yogani and Congreve to drop back a little bit deeper than they're intending. Ethan Hamilton's been forced to sit all the way back pretty much just in front of his defender, so if Dundee are playing any type of formation right now, it's more or less like a 5, almost like a 5, almost like a 5-2-3 almost, yeah, based on the way that they're shaped, because or maybe more like a 5-2-2-1 almost. It's like they've kind of given up on the idea of trying to spread the play. It's like only if they're breaking in numbers, which is very often. The rest of the time they're kind of packed all together. The 21 minutes have been and gone. Pretty decent stuff from us. And only the 22nd soon enough. I can't say we played some bad stuff. You know, we've been pretty decent in that sense. We've kept the ball under control, had the possession, had the chances. A lot of the nice plays came through us. That's another nice little bit of hold up for Svanchara. Foxley can get on the end of it. He does well. He's getting the shot pulled the fuck out of him, but he lays it off towards Negrin. Lovely ball into space. How the fuck? Oh, come on, man. This time it's Dyson that misses a sitter. Is it Maeda? I'm not honestly sure. The fucking camera showed Maeda. Is it him or Yang? One of the two of them decided to get on the near of the run for Negrin. It was a really good piece of movement. Svanchara's hold up, brilliant play out from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and it is like, yeah, they both just can't get on the end of it. I can forgive Yang's a wee bit more than Maeda's because he just had that little bit less of time. It was a lovely cut-up pass for Negrin, nothing wrong with that whatsoever, but I think Maeda just reacted literally a 0.2 seconds later, or earlier I should say, and that probably would have just been enough to get it on the end of his studs and into the net, so it's another big chance that's gone missing. Apparently it's not a foul for us, and what the fuck is Murray doing? He's getting all over Scales and now pushing him in the back. Alright, cool, I guess you're just allowed to do that. Doesn't like that there's a sexier ginger on the pitch than him. Don't see why. Well, Scales is every right, like, he doesn't do anything wrong, he gets bundled over, but Referee doesn't see it as a foul. Throw-in chance for Dundee. It's almost a guarantee with the way that he's wiping it off. His shirtless is going long. And long it goes. Clear the way at the first real hurdle, but out towards basically the same area for yet another throw-in to kind of come in. It's just the two wingers trying to get into the striker nowhere to be seen, because he literally started the attack, Virgil. He was the reason that Oxlade was away to get on that run. He dropped in to hold up. That's a bad touch. Please do not concede for a stupid fucking move like this. Thank Christ it takes a weird deflection and Sinisalo gathers it. And actually goes for a quick punt, which, again, if Svinchara's hold-up plays decent here, he can do decent. That's a lovely touch. Tries to skip past these man, and that's maybe where he's weak. He's great at holding it up and laying it after people, but if he has to hold it up and then run, it's like Bambi on ice, and that's going to be a loose step in. McGregor's, I don't know if he's got away with it or not, but he's won the ball there apparently. That's good to see. Lovely ball in behind. Dicing quick shot that's spilled again, for fuck's sake, man. We're missing chance after chance now. Yang does well to cut it back inside. Nygren, lovely little bit of movement, gets it onto space. McGregor, nice little cut back touch, and again you've got 6 or 7 Celtic shots in that box. McGregor looking for an overlapping pass, doesn't see any, so has to lay it after Aaron Trusty. Or Austin Trusty, what the fuck am I saying? That's a really shit shot for range. All of that for that. Once again, we should have scored, but lacklustre finishing makes sure that we do not. It's very poor in that sense. Maeda, I can't blame him too much. He's taking it on the run. Again, lovely play for Nygren. He is playing some stellar stuff with it. Really stellar stuff, man. That was a foul that, man, I was going to say McGregor did win the ball, but followed through quite hard on the man. 100% no. That's why I thought it would have been a foul for Dundee on the lead up to it, but it was not given. Not watch it. Yeah, a lot of people have, I assume. Man. You're a supporter of Italian football. Oh yeah, their World Cup campaign ended probably in the most horrifying way possible. But that's what they get for underestimating their opponents. And they've done that every fucking qualifying campaign for the past like 3 or 4 ties now, right? That's North Macedonia that's taking them out of the fucking game. And Bosnia. 2 teams that they really should have done much better against. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at you got any fucking double spin. Go on, son. Game 5 skill moves. The now. Get it done. I mean, I know I'm ripping the piss a wee bit there, but it was actually a nice wee move for him. It opened up space, and Dundee are trying to make it count. Rolling the ball up into the edge of the area. The shot from range is going to be very unthreatening. It was pretty much exactly like the shot we just hit less than a minute and a half ago. You can see that he wanted to try and place it, but overhits it way too much. But yeah, the wee double spin for Yogani was quite fucking nice. No complaints there. Fair enough, my guy. Fair enough. MK, sorry, I had to look around there. I just had like a slight raise of the crowd there. Celtic engaged the press, and we still have got it engaged. They're trying to play it forward. That's a nice little touch there from Congreve, and it looks like they're trying to push themselves about 5 or 6 yards further forward. But this is good. That was lovely. Oh, fuck's sake, that is a bad touch. This is what I'm saying. Svanchara's hold-up touches, nice. Any other type of touch, not necessarily his strongest suit. And McGregor's lost the ball in a bad area there. Jesus Christ, lad, that is not ideal. Out towards the man on the flank. They're going to try and get an overlapping runner if they can. He just sidesteps. Nice little feet for him again. He's got the confidence to number 17. Nice little whipped cross, but no one's really going to anchor on the end of it unless there's roadrunner legs, which he absolutely does not. Goes out on the far side comfortably enough. Oh yeah, left right before Brazil, I remember that. It's because Italy do the same thing that England do. It's why England won't win any World Cups anytime soon. If they see a promising youngster that's Irish or Scottish or Welsh, they'll try and prioritise getting that motherfucker to convert to being English, rather than just focusing on their youth. And it's kind of evident that's what's fucking them over, because they're just picking the players that are playing at the big club rather than the ones that want to play for the badge. And Italy have the same issue, right? They've got a bunch of prima donna youngsters that are way too overpaid, and they play exactly like that, and that's what's cost them, simple and pure. That and their awful defence. To be fair, Italy has always been known for being the defensive team, right? Them and Germany are the two that you always imagine as being like the defensive rocks when it comes to national football. But only one of them's maintained it, let's say. I feel bad for the Italians because I love the Italians, man. Them at any World Cup, they bring so much vibrancy and colour, and obviously with it being in America, where there's a massive Italian kind of immigration background, that would break a lot of hearts, because it's the same in Canada as well. They have a good amount of like Italian Canadians there too, so it would have stung for them quite a lot as well. It's just a bit of a shame, because it's a hell of a nation not to be going to a World Cup, but for some fucking reason, somehow, some way, you've got teams like Curacao and shit all. But every team that's at the World Cup is 100% in their spot. Only reason I'm not commentating as much, by the way, is because we're just kind of side to siding it. There is a long ball. Let's see if it's... Nah, it's going to bounce way too far for my head at chase. He stays on it just in case, but it was always going to be a tough ask for the big man to get there. Understandable. Can't really complain about the standard we're playing. Pretty solid stuff in most regards, but we need that second. We really need that fucking second. For our own sake, man. McCracken's made some good point blank saves, but they've only been good because they've been point blank. Straight at him every fucking time. I haven't really picked either side. The one time I've got it in, he wasn't in the equation, so ideally a confident team goal would be lovely. And again, Negrin's been putting in some lovely balls into the box. Maeda put one in literally the third minute of the game, and Yang missed a sitter. Both of them missed a lovely pass in for Negrin. Maeda had a good chance for another Negrin ball in. Like, he has been the consistent player for us. That's a good run for Yogani though. If there's any player that's got any positive notes to his game so far, it's definitely that man for them. Celtic are keeping the press engaged. That is a lovely steal from Maeda. Lovely footwork. Big man Sanchara gets ahead of him. How's your control, big man? He's missed a sitter. It's at the post. Oh, come on, man. You cannot be fucking serious, dude. Why are our strikers allergic to fucking... Oh, I guess our strikers are allergic to scoring goals. Like I said, if the keeper's in front of them, they panic. You just have to lift that over McCracken and it's in. It does too much and it just taps the outside of the post. Maeda tries to run and get on the end of his man, but good work for their defenders to get it out. And now Dundee are trying to attack and take advantage of yet another missed fucking chance. We've missed 4 this game. We've scored once, which is nice, but we could have had 5 by this fucking point if the finishing was even slightly half decent. Utterly pathetic, man. You've got to be taking those chances. Again, brilliant work for Dyson. I feel bad for him because he's done 2 really good fucking hustles to get balls into towards attackers and they fucked it. The only thing you can say is give credit to the Dundee keeper. He does well enough to come out and close the space, but with the pressure, that's he should be scoring that. I think there's a foul on a Celtic man in there anyway. Let's see this Fanchara boy, because it's brilliant hustling for Maeda. But yeah, it's just not good enough, man. He does the right thing trying to pop it. You just lift it. If the keeper is that far out, you lift it over him, man. He's not going to be able to do shit there. Just not good striker's instinct. Fair enough, I think. Again, I always need to take like a fucking extra second or two. Anyone that is in chat, I do apologise because reading this is hard to decipher, but to summarise it in the nicest way possible. Yeah, it thinks that you've the problem and hopes maybe we can do a Denmark for what they did in their run in '92. It would be nice to see us do something like that. I mean, as long as we get a win and potentially an extra point between either games in Morocco or Brazil, it guarantees us a knockout match. And it just depends on who we get in said knockout match. Oxley's well, oh yeah, fuck, I forgot about that chance. Technically, we could have scored 6 then. Sorry about that, Virtual. Fuck's sake, that just makes it just keeps proving the point. Again, lovely over the top touch, that's not offside, is it? Seems that way. It's just a shame because again, Fanchara's done some decent stuff, like those little flip throughs. If Chamberlain just keeps that just under any type of control, like, I don't know what he was trying to do originally with that one, to be honest, but we move, I suppose. It's just been a very confusing game because we have been playing the better stuff. We have been comfortably the better side. But for whatever fucking reason, these boys are refusing to put a second in the net. And we need goals. The goal difference could genuinely decide the title race. And these cunts are sitting there and going, I will miss 6 sitters a game on average. We'll maybe score 1. Get it out your fucking arses, man. Nygren cannot carry this team on his back until the end of the season. And if he does do that, then he's probably a more effective Swede than the last one that we fucking had that was effective up front. Lawson was an actual striker, man. This man's doing it for central attack mid fucking field. He's making you look absolutely classless at times, man. Be a miracle if we keep a load of Benji boy over the course of summer, man. Because if he has a good shift at the World Cup for Sweden, on top of the fact that he's got over 22 goal contributions from midfield, not goal contributions, I should say, but just goals. I think in terms of goal contributions, it's closer to 30, right? To be fair, I'll get like a refresh or something at half time to bring up to speed. It's just because I had to pause it while I was writing my description for the stream and I forgot to reload it. I could do that now, or at least maybe when there's a next break of play actually and see if that fixes it. Should have had about 30 seconds on, give or take. That's a nice little ball. But we're constantly going at them, so it's hard not to argue with the way we've played. Again, the football on the ground is very nice, but the execution not so much, you know. What's the way to kind of say it? It's like a soldier that's really good with a rifle but awful at killing a soldier. Like, you know, you can do it in the training ground, I guess. That's probably what this is. This is all training ground routines, and it's working. We're playing some decent stuff, but again, it's just not translating into goals. And with the standard of chances, like, I get it if we're shooting for 35, 40 yards out and we're trying to catch a keeper cold for range. But the fact is, about 3 of the sitters we've missed this game have been inside the 6-yard box. Ugani, once again, is just taking Donovan for a spin, man. You need to show some physicality here, son. Which he just isn't really doing. He stands up his man, does well enough to at least force him to onto his weaker foot, which is nice, but we panic, don't necessarily get the first one clear, Tierney does it the second. Ask of things. Fanchara does well enough to pop it up and at least make it awkward, but still very much in our territory, and it's a Dundee throw-in. If I might keep it all, do. If we keep it all, I'd love that. Honestly, I mean, it sucks to say because I love Johnston to death. Everyone knows how much I've backed that man over the years since we've signed him. But if he's as injury riddled as he is, maybe Araujo might be the play. Because there's no point in depending on a cunt with a glass fucking legs, especially if he's a running fullback. It's kind of the main thing. You need to be able to do that job well. So just too many times the boy's been injured at crucial stints and really important points in the campaign, and like, you need to be consistent, man. Like, why the fuck are you agreeing to go and train with Canada when you know you're injured? It's so fucking dumb. Like, Celtic allowing it to happen, first of all, suicide move. But Johnston knew that he wasn't up to speed, and he's like, I'll go hard and train, knowing that he wasn't even going to get fucking played. So Stuff like that just rubs me the wrong way, because I love Johnston, but I feel like if we can get our whole back, and even for like the final 3 games of the season, that could give us a good indication of who we might pick. Because then a choice will have to be made. Because I know Johnston's due still to be back at the end of the season. Regardless, he will be there for at least the final guaranteed. That's a nice ball through. If Negrin can cut that, that's a lovely touch. Although that is a great piece of defending. Fair fucking dues. McCracken's just spilled it out over the. That was over the fucking line. It was like you could see that through there. It, like the keeper bundled it. It was quite. Unless the camera angle is playing severe tricks, that looked like the keeper just kind of bundled it over his own line there out for a corner, but nothing is given, I suppose. I'd say the 2 bright sparks this season for us, without an absolute doubt, have been Araujo and Negrin. Negrin has been a very, very pleasant surprise, like an unbelievably pleasant surprise. I've been nothing but very chuffed with him, honestly. He's missed some big chances. He had a bit of a weird stint for his first 5 or 6 games, let's say, but I think once he kind of got his feet and boots on the ground, he's been nothing but consistent for us, and that has been a big thing for us this season. We've needed consistency. And, well, fucking speaking of consistency, Dundee are trying to consistently prove they are masters at putting themselves under pressure, because that's a poor ass giveaway, and that's a equally poor giveaway from us. It's nice to see we're kind and return the favour. Fuck's sake. Once again, just vibing for the sake of the ball out to the far side. Congreve running. Bunch of them in the box as well, actually. But to put it nicely, just not the best cross. Comfortably goes out behind. Sinisalo will retain and punt it forward, most likely. Showing that challenge for Dundee again, by the way, that was fucking excellent. That, if he didn't get there, Negrin was basically through. Yeah, but McCracken definitely bundled that over the lane. Jesus Christ, the reverse angle's even clearer. And Scales does a Scales moment. Fuck's sake, son, do not do that again. Played back to. Of course I would do that. Sorry about that. Mike just did some dumb shit. But yeah, certified Scales moment though. Wasn't too happy with his defensive counterpart sent forward. So Anshara, again, hold up touch is really good, but this play on touch not too great. What the fuck is that, Dundee? But I thought Yang would have had a clear run through there. That could have been awkward as shit. Negrin once again retains it. Nice little pop over the top to get it down to Trusty, and Trusty once again just does the same thing. Tries to send it for Yang, but I think the South Korean was offside, judging by his body language and the way he was walking back. Again, I can't complain about the standard and the way we're playing. We're playing some great stuff, but the finishing fucking edge just is not there right now. It's so unbelievably evident. There is a case in point. It's a shot for Vanchara, but it's a P-roller that's once again straight at the fucking goalkeeper. You need to pick a side and commit to it, man. Don't like half-ass it like that. It's just not the best showing if you're an attacking fucking player. Like if you're a midfielder or a fullback hitting shots like that, fair enough, but if you're a striker, you put power behind it and you make sure that the keeper at least spills it back out. Like what he did for the first fucking goal. Nice little move there again for Celtic. Let's see if this one brings up anything. There's a claim for handball. The hand went up immediately, but for now we've been forced to play on. Referee says just do what's necessary. I guess we'll get a confirmation of that afterwards. And they give the ball away anyway, so that's fantastic. Although, to be fair, McGregor's just absolutely brilliant work for the skipper. That's footwork, son. Brilliant fucking movement. Ball into the box ain't half bad, but once again, not really aimed with intent. And the shot from range is a wee bit better this time for Donovan, of all people, actually. Not a bad strike for the full-back at all. But McGregor doing well to win it back. It's just... yeah, Donovan was always going to be a tough time to get that to curl back in. It does hit the hand of the Dundee player, but his arm's in a very natural position. It's behind his back. It just takes an unfortunate deflection off his wrist. No penalty should ever be given for that, so we play on. Which has been confirmed, and we're back underway. Nice little ball into space. Negrin once again steps in, brilliantly timed challenge, plucks the ball out of the air and gets it down. Yang's got it. Bit better for the South Korean, shifts it out far side, here's KT, come on big man. Nice wee spin, tries to do a bit too much but stays on it, keeps the pressure alive. Dundee under a bit of pressure as well now. Tierney's basically just switching in between them, there might be a loose fill or a throw in for us, and we get a throw in, we'll take it. Again, the hustling phase has been good, we've been brilliant on the press, barely giving Dundee any real chances. It's just the end product, it always comes down to the fucking end product for us, man. Need to dig something out in the second half if possible. I mean, a goal right before the end of the first would be more than ideal. I'd be very, very pleased. Coming off a trusty, played across the side. Should kind of say well with it towards the end of the half. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. It would be very kind of you if you would consider doing so. And if you already are subscribed, please consider just leaving a like. It keeps us in the algorithm and does us the soul some good. Nice little step in for Celtic again. Trusty's basically on the fucking halfway line, winning headers. Nice little pop back by Donovan. Trusty's touch is interesting to say the least. The Dundee give the ball straight back to us with another great McGregor interception. Him and Nygren have been fucking brilliant. Him and Nygren and Maeda have been brilliant at that, like, late step in to cut the ball out. Dundee are not getting a second to fucking breathe here. That's a bit of a pull down. Referee isn't too interested in it though, which is honestly valid. He did have his back towards the goal. Ball in is a little bit better. It's still dangerous. There's a bunch of bounces around. Dundee hook it up. They have got 7 bodies in their box currently. That tells you how the defensive positioning is going. Donovan tries to keep that in play. I respect it. He's played a lot better. The opening 15 minutes he was a bit stale and Yogani was getting around him very easily, but man's woken up. Young's fizzled out for the opening 10 minutes though, I think that's fair to say. Nygren is like a fine wine, it's just got better as the game's gone on. Svanchara's had moments where he's been pretty good with the hold-up play and then absolutely fucking god-awful with the finishing. And I think you can kind of say the same for Maeda. Some lovely balls into the box, but same type of thing, he's missed 1 or 2 chances that probably could have taken otherwise. I cannot complain about the way we're playing. It's very solid from a tactical perspective. That's what the fuck was that? I don't know what shape. This is why I said McCowan should have started this match over him, ideally, because who the fuck are you aiming for, man? I get that you were trying to whip it in with power, but you missed like by a solid 10, at least 10 yards to your right there. Nah. For me, it's get McCowan on or get Rio on, one of the two. As Rio even on the bench, I should check just to 100% confirm that. Yeah, I mean, for me, that's the obvious. Maybe get Tenecti on at some point in the second half as well, which would be quite useful, and maybe Forrest for Yang. Maybe push. Actually, you could probably push Maeda central. Go with Tenecti out left. I think that would actually make a lot more sense. Well, pretty much through the additional time. It's just the referee's orders we're waiting on. There might be one last kind of pop for range if we want to do that, but referee says no. Half time it is. I mean, I can't argue with it. It's decent enough. The goal wasn't exactly high quality. The chances we've made have been high quality, but we just haven't taken them, which is the slightly disappointing thing. I mean, what's the confirmation of the stats? Let me just take a gander and see. I realise that you probably can't see these as well. Let me just do that real quick so you can see a wee bit better. I should probably be able to make that out a tad more. But stats wise, it's pretty open in our favour. Let's be honest. Shots on target. I mean, just shots in general. Dundee have had 5, but most of them have been from range, or more importantly, have been straight off a Celtic body. So there is that. But Celtic have been a bit better. It's 5 shots to 11. We've had 6 on target. The keeper, like I said, has had to make a few saves from point blank range, but they have been straight at him, and that's the frustrating part. Like, Celtic honestly could have had about fucking 3 or 4 in the first half at least. You can make a case if they took all their chances, they could have had 6, but not really how it's played out, to be honest with you. We've done decent enough. And again, as things stand, there's the table. If you want a little look at it, it's close knit. At least it's still a little more close knit than most people would have been expecting, and it is fucking irritating as hell when you consider the fact that if we had beaten the other Dundee, right now we would be chilling. We would be first. We would be on top. But that's not the case right now. We're kind of just fighting to stay in with a shout. And to be fair, if we win this, it all but confirms that Motherwell are done and dusted. To be honest. So we have to kind of look at it from that factor. Imagine if Nancy was still in charge. It would be fucking Dundee 20, Celtic 0. I think that's a bit too harsh on Dundee. I think they would probably score 25, to be honest, but kind of valid. We've done okay this season considering. Well, I'm not saying we've had a bad season. I'm just saying that we've had very inconsistent periods of it. Like, I mean, if you want a perfect example, if you want like just a proper kind of look in from one perspective, just take the fucking playoff match with Stuttgart. It's like Celtic in a nutshell. It's I think that's the way that I would have to kind of think about it. You know what I mean? Like the first leg at home where you're expected to at least give a game, where everything's all the pressure's there. Like, you can do this, boys. We get pumped 4-1. It's not even a close fucking match. We get dominated. But when the pressure's off and it's like, right, Celtic are kind of at a low point and not really going to do much, we go to Germany and pick up a first ever fucking win with a clean sheet. Look, it has been the way we have operated since like August, where it's just like we will shithouse this somehow, but it's not going to be pretty and it ain't going to be even slightly fun to deal with. Honestly, it's just not fun to witness half of the time. You're having a stroke or you're just sitting and hoping that maybe something happens. And games like this are the ones that are frustrating, because if this was Ange or any other system with any other type of players that are wanting to play for the badge, Celtic would be 4 or 5-0 up comfortably right now. But it's just some of the shoulders ain't as stiff around their neck as they should be. I think that's probably the best way to put it. A couple of heads are kind of looking towards the door or down at the floor, and I think that needs to be tweaked and changed. Like Martin O'Neill, what he has done with what he's got, I am more than fucking happy that we've been able to make some form of challenge. Like, the fact that we're still in it, there's only, again, if we hold things out, 3 points is not miserable. But again, there hasn't been a season for the last decade or so that Celtic have finished under 80 points. And mathematically, we can't even get there. Our best case scenario is like, 5 games for here? So yeah, 79 points. It's very depressing to think about from that perspective, but it's just because of the amount of times we've lost. I mean, Hearts have lost 5, Rangers have only lost twice, but Rangers have fucked themselves over with the draws. That's their downfall this season. Like, Rangers' start to the season has fucked them, and it's been like the midpoint of the season that's messed us up. And Hearts have messed up at the end because they've tripped up a few times in games that they really shouldn't be tripping up on. So no team is set to win this, right? Rangers obviously will look at the two kind of key fixtures of Hearts and Celtic the same way that Celtic and Hearts will be looking at the fixtures against the other two. They will be massive, right? Because if Celtic beat Hearts and then Rangers beat Hearts, they're out, done, title's done and dusted. But if Hearts beat Celtic and then lose to Rangers, it opens the door up for Rangers the same way that if Rangers lose to Hearts and then Celtic beat Rangers, it's any combination of scenarios can happen. And again, the top 6 is stacked. There's some really good sides in there, right? Falkirk has caused some problems for all of the top 3 sides, 100%, right? You can say the same for Hibs as well. And I mean, we know what Motherwell has done this season to both Celtic and Rangers, so it's 100% within the realms of possibility that there is only maybe 3 or 4 wins for each team from now until the end of the season. But football's unpredictable. You can't really ever say anything's set in stone, because again, Celtic could be playing some great stuff and we concede 3 minutes into the second half and all of a sudden we're back at square one. It's just not ideal. If that's what happens, it really shouldn't, but we've seen it happen before. You thought there was only 1 game left, how many games left? Well, you got this one and then the game next. Oh yeah, actually there's the extra game before the split, so 6 from now. Because we've got St Mirren and then obviously the cup match and then the 5 post-split fixtures. So technically Celtic have 7 games, 8 if we win the semi-final against St Mirren. So we have the tougher run out in terms of fatigue and fitness, which is already a bad omen when you consider the fact that no other team in the league has been fucked with injuries as bad as Celtic has been this season. We've been absolutely capped. We're down like our main full-back, a main centre-back. In fact, 2 of our main full-backs, as you say, 2 of our main fucking centre-backs. We're down like a fucking main striker, a main winger. Like, we're not really, we're not doing good. So I think whoever's coming in to manage Celtic at the end of the season, it will be a massive rebuilding job, 100%. Like, they'll need to invest, mostly just in key players, obviously, but for the sake of it, squad depth. Squad depth's massive, man. So it's like, again, you look at it from any perspective. Rangers are winning the league. Again, we've seen that same sentence play out millions of times before. There's Hearts fans that came in and said that very same thing less than a few weeks ago, and look at the table. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't get why fans are cocky in any camp, right? If you're a Rangers fan, you know what can happen. It's one of those, right? Celtic will think the same, right? Nobody's in a comfortable position. I'd say Rangers are in the best position because of the investment they did in January. They've got a decent squad depth to back them, and they don't have an injury list that is longer than a fucking black man's dick. So we've got a couple of things that are obviously against us. I'm not sitting there and saying that it's dead set, but Celtic have done this before, and we've done it with much worse circumstances under much worse conditions. But this is bad because of the inconsistency from all of the teams, right? Usually there's one team that runs away with it and the rest play shite, right? Just look at the COVID season. Rangers went undefeated, Celtic barely did anything. Then, like, a few seasons before that, Celtic went undefeated, Rangers finished 28 fucking points behind. Anything can happen in this sport is dumb. Especially in this league, right? Somehow we've managed to make a 2-horse race, a 4-horse race, and then back to a 3-horse race within like 2 weeks. This league is fucked now, man. Absolutely done and done. Like, it's just so. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if it comes down to goal difference. It probably will. It's fascinating stuff, man. Any team can do that, Michael. Any team can. Fuck's sake, man. I mean, look at Hearts literally just a few hours ago. They were up against the bottom of the table Livingston, and they fucked it. I won't be a helicopter, man. It'll just be like fucking, because of the league budget cuts and all that shit, it'll be like some cunt in a taxi that'll pull out with the trophy, like, oh Christ, did Rangers score in the last minute, man? Fuck's sake, like, go to turn the taxi around, and then Celtic score in the 95th. He's just like, right bro, fuck it, man, I'm committing mitosis. Just have 2 trophies just in case. I know, McGinley, I see in here every now and then. There's a bunch of Rangers fans. Guys right above you's a Rangers man as well. It's too close to call any of the 3 can win. It's not over yet. Exactly that, man. Like, any team is prone to making some fucking horrible mistakes. Right, Celtic have somehow managed to, like, go to Ibrox and get points, beat Motherwell, and then in the same token, in the same breath, lose to Dundee United. Twice in the same season, might I add. It's ridiculous. Fuck, aye, man, one of those goddamn fucking Amazon drones. Oh god, man. Scenes when it like fucking breaks when it's in the air and some cunt just has a trophy land in their car and they're just trying to get home. Now, I feel like if you're a neutral, watching this title race will be damn interesting, 100%. Like, if you're a Celtic, Rangers or Hearts fan, you'll be kind of watching it through like kind of through your fingers almost. You'll be kind of like, please don't fuck this up. Like, I still have optimism. It's just part of me is like aware of what can happen. Any time that I've given this team any type of fucking hope, they immediately rip it out my soul like a Mortal Kombat fucking finisher. So I can't really sit there and say in confidence that we're the favoured team to win. Right now, in terms of favoured odds, it's Rangers because, again, what we just talked about, they have squad depth, more investment over January. They are in a better position mathematically. But Hearts have also been in a great position mathematically. Fucked it. Celtic have been in a great position mathematically. Fucked it. So it's only, it would not surprise me in the slightest when this what happens if Rangers all of a sudden just decide, fuck it, we're going to lose to Hibs for the vibes, just for the vibes, man. We'll do it for the vine. Fuck it. it'll be good for us to win the league for the summer window in the Champions League. I suppose it would be. But, again, nothing's really set in stone. I mean, if Celtic win it, great, right? We kind of make ends meet for what we fucking lost basically last season, or at the start of this one, I should say, with the exit to Kairat. Obviously, Rangers will need any form of extra funds because of the amount of investment they've been doing over the past 12 months. So if they can get an extra, 20, 30 odd million in the bank, that'll be fucking huge for them in a lot of aspects. But again, you're forgetting that if Hearts somehow do it, they're in a great position, because they've never had that amount of money in their fucking life. So if they just get out with 30 million and they're like, sweet, we're fucking set for the next 50 years. We can just do some basic investment and chill. Like Celtic and Rangers would use that money to kind of balance things out, right, to try and build back to where they kind of were at the peak of their powers. Like for Rangers, obviously that would be kind of just after COVID with the kind of Europa League final run, like that type of feeling, having that type of feeling in their club again. For Celtic, it would probably be back towards 2003 and 4, that kind of Seville. Pretty much, I'd say either that or the kind of 2012-13 type of vibe, where we were still beating teams like Barcelona and showing that we were kind of decent, rather than just petulant excuses of our former selves. Happy with the points, regardless of whether yeah, exactly that, Pedro. That's pretty much how we're all thinking about it so far. Like, it would be nice to score more goals, because we should have scored more goals. We have missed very many sitters this game. Pretty fucking irritating, but it is what it is. But we are winning, and Nygren is balling, and I love him. He's a very good player. He's solid as fuck. He's genuinely the one consistent thing for us. Like, full stop. The man has been very good for us, and I hope that we can get a second. It'd be very nice. I was about to actually say that as well, Watchalong. You're not even wrong. It's like, you get if you go out in the qualifiers, it's if it's the playoff round and you get knocked out, I believe it's 8.5 million. So again, a team like Hearts would still take that. That is that's winning the league twice, just for getting knocked out. If you qualify, obviously you get the guaranteed, that basically the set 25 plus the TV rights and percentage deals that you get. Obviously that most of that goes to the big 5 leagues. So, but Celtic in a given season would probably get about 35 to 36 million out of it, the same way that Rangers would get about 32 to 34. Usually just comes down to the amount of fans you can get in the stands and stuff like that. Celtic have a couple extra thousand seats. That's pretty much the only real leeway though. The second half will be getting underway relatively soon. The Celtic boys are out and waiting for the boys in blue to make their way out. Aye, exactly. Whoever wins the league will feel like they're on top of the fucking world, because it's like, how have we cheesed that then? How the fuck have we managed that? That is incredible. That is scenes. Right, if you're Celtic, right, if you're the board, you're like, somehow we have totally destroyed the trust in all of our fans, and we've somehow shithoused a title. lmao. Fair enough. I wouldn't even be mad at that point. You just be like, lads, do not ever put us through that again. I feel like even the board understand that now. They're like, this was something else. We should never do this again. I think that's why there's all those promises in place where whatever manager comes in, he's getting a guaranteed amount of money to work with, and that's nice to see. Right, apparently the rumours right now is minimum 20 million, which you kind of have to do if you're going to be losing a good amount of your players through transfers. Obviously we could lose like Allen, we could lose fucking Johnston, we could lose obviously Nygren. Keep in mind that man was 250,000 fucking euros, so if he's going to get an offer, it will be up in the 10-15 million region. Our board will look at that like a 20-30 times profit player, and they'll have to make a decision, and that's going to suck. Because I'm starting to see Nygren a bit like Matt O'Reilly, and I haven't felt that way about a player in a long time. He genuinely just oozes class, and I would rather not lose a guy that has that ability, right? If he's getting handed the number 10 shot for fucking Sweden, they clearly see something in him, we clearly see something in him. Let's just hope he pops off. I really hope he pops off. But more importantly, stays with us, because we'll fucking need him next season if we're rebuilding. Couldn't have put it better myself, Watchel. The league was built up by men in overall was to be torn down by men in suits. Same as anything in Britain, mate. That's the unfortunate shame of things. Nonetheless, second half is underway. We ball, we move, we hopefully play some good football. Oh, we were underway about 30 seconds ago, give or take, but you know the drill. I mean, the Celtic end is in fine voice as well, which is always nice to see. The fans have been fucked around more than probably the players or the coaches have this season, let's be fully honest. Still have the Green Brigade ban in fucking place, and we're going on about 6-7 months with that now, so... Oh, since what, November at least, so about 5-6 months. Negrin tries to softly lay it off as a chase down there. Could have done better there, Yang, I'll be fully honest, Chief, but nonetheless. Dundee retain it. Danda, nice little cut and move. And lofty ball over the top. They're putting themselves again. They do this to themselves, man. They're just trying to win fouls. That's not a foul, is it? So that is kind of enough someone for a throw-in. Every club gets the short end of the stick in this league. That's why we all feel hard done by. That's why you have Celtic and Rangers fans calling the same refs bias. Oh, there we go. That's the first real chance for Dundee. That's not the first actual shot at target. It's kind of similar to which Vanchara did in the end of the first half, where he kind of had a P-roller right at the keeper, but this one was a wee bit more, at least accurate. And that's a lovely ball through. Celtic might just put a second in here. The Naush Vanchara. Fuck's sake! Get him off. Get him off. Just take him off the pitch now. Put Maeda centrally, because if you put Maeda through in a run like that, he can skip past the goalkeeper. That is piss poor again, man. Negrin even leaves. He literally holds the ball up for him. He could have just ran ahead and let Vanchara lay it off for him, and I would have honestly preferred that. But Negrin, being the gentleman that he is, decides that's my striker. He should finish this. Lays it off for him, and the big man fucks it again. He just runs into the keeper. He doesn't even get the shot off. You need to do better there, big man. It's that fucking simple. This is why we popped Ryder out. Big man that has all the ability to get on the end of loose balls. Brilliant with the ball at his feet. And what does he do? Fucking that. So disappointing, man. Because you can tell he gives a fuck. He is chasing down loose balls. His hold-up play has been good, but it's the finishing you need to be decent at as a striker. Where do we get these push players with? Well, he's not. I wouldn't say again. It's not that he's pushed. I just don't think he's a striker's type. That's an awkward one. Please get that away. Thank fuck. Nice little touch there. Actually, in the end, McGregor does well. Negrin, I fucking love Negrin's control, man. Vanchara just gets lifted up there, and he does go. He jumps very high. That's what if we're going to get him into the fucking box, get him on the end of a set piece or something. That's what we need to do better. If you're going to have a big man that's over 6 foot, you've got to work crosses into the fucking box, but you've got Maeda and Yang trying to push central. They're only ever about 10-15 feet away from the midfield at any given point in time, but that's because they're trying to hug Negrin's runs so that there's an onside runner at any given point in time, just like there. Then Yang gets a... But that's the issue, man. Just take a touch, wait for Vanchara to get into position. This is why I feel bad for Vanchara, because he does the right thing there. He drops off his defender, waits for the cross to come in on a loop, and Yang doesn't even take a fucking touch. You have the space to do so, fella, but no, just first time, over everybody, no real direction or... just real purpose behind it, to be honest with you. You can tell by Yang's reaction, because his head just kind of goes down and he's like, fuck. Because it's the cheapest option. You can get them on a loan and you're fine. Thank you, Mike. Very cool. Thank you for doing that. Well, it's fair to say that we've missed our sitter already in this half. It's nice to see we've continued in the same fucking vein. Seriously thinking we should push Maeda central. Scales, do not! Oh my god, man, that's the second time you've nearly been caught out. They'll try to claim it's a pass back, but I think it might have cannoned off of Murray for the challenge. I'm not too sure. That's what the referee and the linesman are saying. So play on. It's been a very strange ass fucking game, and that's been nice about it. Nice little step. Okay, pass right, man. That's a win. I just lost trust in these man. I feel that. Fuck, I'll need to put on a different setting for now. I don't know if this sounds better or worse, I do apologise. In fact, I probably should set it to this one. Just so it's at least omnidirectional to a degree. Consistency is key. Yep, and we have none of that right now. Barely any to speak of. Some consistency in the finishing would be nice. I do apologise if the audio sounds a wee bit more scuffed than usual. I've had to change the setting to make sure it stops cutting in and out. One of the worst you've maybe seen in forever. It's the worst I've seen in like 6 months. Since our last record. Basically. We just haven't had great luck with strikers in the time. That's a weird ball in. Nice. That's better for your skills, big man. That's much more like you. Maeda tries to lay off on Nygren, but doesn't shout on Nygren, so Nygren doesn't know, and it's just easily gathered by Dundee. We're consistently inconsistent now. That is a good way to put it. We're playing some alright stuff at times, but for the most part it's just been very, how do I put this in a way that's fair? We're not doing what we need to do. I think that's probably the nicest way to say it, right? Like, anytime you have a winger that's in a position to make a good run, we're not doing that. Anytime you've got a striker that's in a position to make a good advanced move, not doing that. It's the same 2-3 things. Dundee are trying to dance forward here, but very similar to what most of their attacks have played out like. It's pretty straightforward. That I was trying to see, did it take a deflection on the way through? Nah, it was just a pretty weird bobble and bounce, and Dundee don't really do much with the shot, to be honest. It's got to be a foul. Okay, yeah, fuck it, I guess. Referee doesn't give a shit about fouls either, man. He's just fucking letting them away with that. That's a straight up pull in the shirt and a drag down. Doesn't see it. I could see that for a fucking distance away. You should be able to see that up close, ref, but none again. We have to fucking play on, I guess. Another nice, well-timed step in. Given Dundee's way, they've gone for a quick one, which is a bit of a surprise. You think they would have gone for a long range one, so they ought to go back. It's fair to say Dundee are trying to get forward a wee bit more. Celtic are pretty much privy to it, just marking them out where they can, although that's a weird ball into the box. It could be fucking dangerous. Another awkward bounce and touch. Jesus Christ, lads, you've got to get that clear. We're going to have to be defending another set piece instead. It's been very weird at the best of times. Just not fucking good enough. Got the man code on the outside, pretty much zonal marking, I guess. Zonal marking is an interesting way to go for it. For fuck's sake, well, we could have scored 4 crow. What ball in is dangerous, it's up and away. Nobody's trying to get that one clear. Still nobody's trying to get that one clear. Still no one's trying to get that clear. Takes a deflection, they're trying to claim handball. Came off of Donovan or one of the two. It took a bounce around. It will take a little second to check it. It's hard to honestly tell in real time. Let's see what fucking happens. It does come off his arm, but it's in a natural position, right? Because he's just trying to move away from it. But it is a shot towards goal, so it's going to be one of those ones where it's rule specific. It depends on the referees, how they look at it, because I've seen them given and I've seen them not. Donovan isn't doing anything wrong. He's trying to like turn away as the shot comes in, and it's boom. But I think because it's straight at the goal, they'll have to give it, right? Like, by the rules. Intentional or otherwise, it's a soft one, but it's fair. And it was my fear. We missed 20 fucking sitters and then give away a stupid fucking penalty, man. Oh! Same shit as always. This is why we need fucking strikers! Get Svenchara off, get some fucking attackers on and we go. Please. You don't need to VAR this, it's pretty fucking evident, man. Unless the referee decides miraculously, it's going to come down to the rules, because it's natural positioning. He can't put his arm anywhere else. But it's the fact that it's towards goal, and that's the fucking thing. And to be fair, I mean, if we're going off of where the ball was going, it wasn't going to go on target. If his arm's up here and it hits there, then it's going over, but still, I think it's pretty clear. Yep. Donovan isn't too happy, but nonetheless it is. There will be no fucking... there will be no... But he's trying to explain. I thought he was going to go and try and call them there. I'm like, that would be very fucking harsh. And Dundee are handed a random penalty for no fucking reason because we can't defend. Nice, man. It's the same shit as always. I can't wait until we miss 6 more sitters between now and the end of the fucking match. Just to really rub home the point about how we have no fucking quality up front, man. We could have been 5-0 up and this penalty wouldn't even fucking matter. We'd just be like, ah, it's inconvenient, it is what it is. Can't argue with the call. I'm just going to need to pray that they fucking miss. But again, for penalties, we've not been that consistent. It's a good shot for Murray. Picks the other side. Sinisalo gets sold. It's 1-1. Murray's actually trying to do a shush celebration. Get a grip, you fucking prick. Fair enough. One apiece. We'll score another. It's very confident to say that, considering the fact Svanchara's been put in front of the fucking 6-yard box 3 different times and hit it at the keeper every single one of them. Yang's missed the inside the 6-yard box. Maeda's missed the inside the 6-yard box. We've hit the post. Chamberlain's missed a fucking easy touch run through for his chance as well. The only goal we actually scored was a bobble. Well, it's a wake-up call as good as any. Like I said, there's a reason why I put a fucking goal for every team that we play against, because it always happens. We find a way. We have to make changes, and Svanchara's off. That's the first thing. I do not blame O'Neill for a second. Iniacho's on. It's not what I was hoping that we would do. We would push Maeda essentially for the sake of the runs and then put Tenecti out left for the cutting. It's just a pretty straightforward like-for-like switch. Iniacho for Svanchara, so one fatigued, riddled striker for another. That's great, I suppose. Let's just hope Iniacho's got his shooting boots on the day in any capacity. They will get chances based on the way this game's going. Dundee have been filled in the midfield there. That's pretty silly for McGregor. Even blind fishermen sometimes catch a fish. You're not wrong. Again, I'm not stressed or worried about it. There's still 30 minutes to go in this game, but really, really annoying that it's, again, we've dominated most of the match. We've missed sitter after sitter, and then we just give away a very silly, stupid penalty for no reason at all. And again, it's literally ironic because in the first half I was talking about how Donovan's actually had a good half, and the first thing that he does in the second is give a fucking penalty, so it's just a... ugh. Got to show the right heart here, boys. And I suppose my prediction is on, but that entails us scoring another goal. Trusty. Let's see where it goes here. Nice ball into space. Popping back to him. Nice little 1-2 movement. McGregor's dropped in to basically act as a extra anchor. Pretty risky pass for Scales there, works out well. Iniacho's first touch isn't great, but he does well to kind of hold it up, and McGregor just overruns it, so that's just confusing as fuck. Well done, boys. Play it out towards the right hand side. Thank you, throw it. Now's not the time for this. The ball across wasn't necessarily too threatening in the end. Pretty calm and straightforward. See where the run leads, nice ball into space. Popped up, you should have chased that, Negrin just hesitated a second too long. And then he actually bundles his man over for a foul. He's been involved for 3 touches, 1 to give a foul, 1 to lose the ball and the other to miss pass. Off to a blinder, Iniacho, come on man. And all of a sudden Dundee are going for the whole passing around the back strategy. I think they're playing for the point. That'd be kind of depressing considering, but that's what it is. Long switch over to the far side and there's a chase down. Where the fuck is Tierney? All the way back there, so my head has to come back and look. Where the fuck is the defensive position in there? Makes no sense. Dander from range, just kind of pops out to the side. Played back towards him, nice little pop into space, Robertson. I think it's right that cuts it back into space. Hamilton's trying to dance around. Oxlade's done well to stay with him. Definitely a cross due to come in at some point. Dander might just go for it on the first time here. It's a really good ball and fucking hell, that was a big chance for Dundee. Similar to what we did in the first half. It's a really loved whip cross, but it's just not the right type of run for the striker he was probably aiming for, and it's thankfully missed him. It just tries to be too clever. Wraithers just taking the lead in the Challenge Cup as well. That was just brought up, so fair play to them. That was a weird one and awkward. Just checking to confirm. Ref have indeed scored. Fair play to them. Dundee have tried to get in the box again. They're going for crosses now. Try to stretch their defence where they can. And got a throw in for that at the very least, so that's not too bad. And there's going to be a card coming out. For Liam Scales this time, I'm presuming for an off the ball incident. Probably that collision after the Chamberlain thing. Yep, yeah. I was figuring that's what it was for. Go back to the normal mic setting and hopefully it fucking holds up for the next few minutes. Don't know if it's just an actual setting or a preset that I've fucked up, but it's just cutting off every now and then. That's a good little steal for Iniacho. There you go, big man. Positive play. Nice to see. Tierney runs forward. The ball in isn't half bad. The pop-up header isn't awful, to be fair. I think it caught the keeper off guard too. McCracken had to react. It's not the worst header in the world for Young. I thought he would have tried to lay that back across. It would have been the more sensible play, but he figures, fuck it. It's not the worst effort, and I think Negrin might have been offside, so it was actually the smart move for Young to go for that. Corner kick for us. It's another big chance, but can't really fault anything for that. Really good save for the goalkeeper. Let's see where the whip corner goes. Bounces around everyone, not necessarily set. McGregor tries to pop it for range. Scales has it. Not really dealt with. Movement's decent enough. McGregor goes for a whip cross in, takes another big deflection. Not really dealt with again, but Celtic are doing what they can. That's a nice little stop and cut. Lovely ball into space if we can get the control, but it's just slightly too far away from him as he tries to settle himself for the shot. But Celtic are trying to amp up the pressure. We know that if we don't come out of this game with all 3 points, it is very unlikely that the title is going to be won by us. Really not good at times in this game, but we have Made chance after chance. That's a delayed throw for Tierney, for fuck's sake, man. You've got to big your time. Nobody's really dealt with that one. It's taken down McGregor. Should just shift it again. Scales lets it run past him for some reason. And then loses the ball. Fuck off, man. You are actual pish as well. Why are you having a game like this now? They go for a quick throw in. Murray's going to try and chase it down, but Celtic have got 4 or 5 bodies around them, so we'll just hustle that out play, and it's a throw in for us. Murray goes down like a diving wee belly and get the fuck up. Do not even try it. Chamberlain's going to rally it forward. Nice little step to the side. Can't really argue with it for a lot of perspectives, but it's just why have we slowed down? I don't fucking get this. Like, usually when you concede, you try and speed the fuck up rather than passing it around the back for 10 fucking minutes, man. Can you try and run forward? How have you got worse? Holy shit, man. Baffling fucking selection of players, honestly. Got to try and shift it, man. We've got some changes coming on. There's going to be Murray coming off. Can't say McGregor's done too much wrong today, in fairness. A lot of that definitely falls more on our shoulders. Got to try and move us a bit faster, man. The added time, you would imagine there'll be much more than 25, 26 minutes left. That's an awkward deflection, should just bounce back to Sinisalo coming off. The biggest shack slow, fair enough. Pretty sure my brother watches whatever that is. What's it called again? Like the Amazing Digital Circus or something like that. I can't recall off the top of my head. I just know the guy that speaks like this. Nice little ball into space there, it's popped up, and Dundee will retain from a throw-in, so fair enough. It's like Galmaga's playing a Legends game. Well, that's because he's been forced to drop in deeper. What we're kind of doing with that Ethan Hamilton in the first half of Dundee, we're kind of forcing him to step in a lot. Takes the ability to get a drive going, but it's just how easy it is on that far side for us to get fucking caught out. This referee is way too happy he fouls out as well, man. Fuck's sake, in the first half he was letting things flow, and now every time they've hit the deck, foul. You would do better there, Alston. Every stretch of the imagination, you need to do better. Swear to fucking God, if we mess this game up, I am pretty much conceding defeat for this season. Because it's just the same as every other match. Should have waged like fuck for that, I was about to say. Fair enough. That's literally the only reason I know it as well, is because I have younger siblings. I'm like, alright. Oh, it's a good steal actually. How's the movement? Nice. Run it. You've got to run this now. Negrin goes backwards instead. Big man, even you're starting to do the depression shit. You've got to shift and run, man. Ralston goes backwards. What's Thursday going to do? Goes backwards. What about you fucking Sinisalo? You want to pass it backwards into the net and might as well do the fucking job for them? Christ above, man. And now you've got fucking just standing there and letting the Dundee guy hug you, man. Like, you's just you's missing the physical contact or something. You need a hug. It's like the fucking energy's been sapped out of them the second that penalty was given. You're meant to have a bounce back after that. Fucking spineless for the lot of yous, man. Yous have got to try here. Show some fucking spirit. Show what the badge is worth. Because Dundee are starting to play like they want to play for the badge. They're in a much better shift of things. They're not having great chances, admittedly, but they're trying to force the fucking issue at the least. That's a nice pop out for Negrin. Finally some movement. How are we going to get that into the box? It's going to take a cannon deflection, but we get a corner kick, something decent. I'm keeping my optimism to hope that we do score, guys. If we don't, then it's pretty hard to see any positive scenario us getting anything besides maybe the cup between now and the end of the season. Let's see what happens on the in swinger. It's up and lofted. Nobody's really dealt with it. It's out towards the edge of the area. That's a weird one, but it's dealt with. It's a better shot at least for McCowan. Not the worst effort in the world. At least he tries to keep it, but again it's the same issue. We just can't keep it between the fucking sticks. It's like, oh man, it was perfect height as well. It would have settled beautifully into the top corner, but you're all getting so. I mean, half of them pretty much are at the end of the season anyway. And to be fair, half of them are fucking loan players. I don't even think they'd care. The time is running out thick and fast. Martin's needing his bed. The man has been asked to do way more work than he's probably comfortable doing on. And that Yogani's once again going down like, as soon as the referee's like, get the fuck off the pitch, what magically happens? Up on his feet. Typical fucking, I hate that so much, man. Stop with that. I hate players that do that shit in modern football that fucking dives all the time. You know you're not injured, get up and run. Otherwise get the fuck off the sidelines and let someone else come on to do your job. And it seems that Dundee aren't taking any risk with it because the manager's getting someone hanging up in the touchline. No one else is taking the job. I don't think anyone would want to. No, it's like the second right for Dundee's hit the game. Ugon's off. Yep. All three of those are pretty accurate. Pretty much spot on Gaz, pretty much spot on Michael. Kind of in agreement with you, to be fair, Jax. I know you're not actually called Jax, it's just easy to do that rather than say your whole name every time. Run it. Here we go, ball it towards the flank. Let's see if we've got something potential here. Any potential? Fucks. No, we're going backwards again. Fantastic, cut any space. McGregor first touch is decent. The second pass is awful, and Dundee have stole the ball. Although their first touch is more or less like a NFL punt. Just popped it forward, didn't really lead to anything. Sinisalo gets it back for Scales on the touchback. And Sinisalo eventually picks his spot, tries to go forward. I don't know why we brought Iniacho in when we haven't really fucking seen anything from him. Like, Svanchara might not have been great at finishing, but at least he was holding up the fucking ball. Iniacho's just came on and been worse. Payne. Nice. Scales. McGregor rolls it across, trust it. The only defender that's actually trying to move forward in any capacity. Nice to see it, big man. Ralston. Ball over the top is just, again, half-assed at best. That's fuck's sake, man. These boys are trying their hardest to make it as depressing as possible for me. Thank you very much, chaps. Thank you very much. Fuck's sake, man. Ball, sent forward by Dundee. We should win this one, we do it. And towards the midfield. The first touch is actually fucking really nice to it. Played out towards space. McCowan shifts it. Tierney. How's your cross, big man? Do I even need to say it? Overhitting, under fucking cooked. Like, you are pathetic, man. What the fuck did you do when you came back for the international break? Did you just sit around drinking? There is no fucking cohesion with you boys at all. Why is that Sriracha coming on for Tierney? That's not a bad shout, actually. Fucking decent. And 49 was coming up for 38, so Maeda's going to be coming off as well alongside him. Yep, that is confirmed now. Maeda and Tierney are off. Forrest and Sriracha are on. We need a goal in the next fucking 15 minutes with whatever's left of additional time, or it's fair to say this season is done. You feel like the gap in points would just be a bit too much now, because you would still need to be a guaranteed win over Celtic, or over Hearts and Rangers in the split for Celtic. We would basically need to guarantee those wins now. And this is meant to be the easiest game of the run-in. I want to clarify this. Forrest, pace, I'd imagine. Because we can't catch them off if we get a decent ball out towards the flanks. That seems to be the only thing that's working for us right now. Probably why we put Sriracha on the far side, just so we have someone with a bit of extra energy on both ends of the pitch. Or both sides of the pitch, I should say. But we'll still try to play this deep in stuff. That's... Christ, boys. Actually tripped up his man and gave away the foul, but again we're just putting ourselves under the pressure there. Yang looks fucked. Like, if we forgot, we could bring Tenecti on at any point in time. No, you only need the one running behind. Case in point, there it could be. Takes a deflection, I think we got a corner from it, not too bad. Or not, I guess. It's a goal kick. Okay, fuck's sake, man. Not a single. We have not had a single decision go away in like 8 actual minutes. And as it stands, it's confirmed we'll be 5 points behind. Which, yeah, mathematically doesn't put us out of the title race, but it would feel like a major blow given the fact this is one of our easier games and we've somehow fucked it from every angle. If we were even semi-consistent with a fucking chance creation, we'd be alright. But all of the sitters have came back to bite us in the ass once again because we sign any striker that isn't actually a fucking striker but likes to pretend to be. Ball sent forward by their keeper. Let's see where this one goes. Trusty, good, actual, really good fucking header in the midfield, man. He's probably been the most consistent out of the defenders today. At the very least, not shite, but nice. There we go. Now move forwards decent. Sriracha's going to take a run at his man. Decent for the Uruguayan. The Argentine, sorry. I fucking keep forgetting that. Nice little move. There's the cut in. Decent. We've got a lot of bodies on that far side, so we just don't go backwards here and we should be fine. Which we don't. Cool, we get it as far back as Skills and then pop it forward immediately, and Skills is about 40 yards for their net. Ball in isn't half bad, but cleared away by the first Dundee body. Celtic retain it. Nice little touch for Trusty again. Skills. Cuts it back for Sriracha. Nice little ball out to the space again. I like that Yang tried to take that on, but we still have it, so it's not too bad. Oh my fucking god, right, you've let that one get away from you, now Scales has let it get away from him. You boys are fucking pathetic, man. You just need to sort yourselves out. Simple pass and 2, he's nearly made that look difficult. Ball into the box is potentially dangerous. It's deflected, and I think it might go out far side for a corner or a throw-in. I think we got a corner from it or something, so at least there's that. Negrin. Whip ball in, Ponte headed away I should say by one of the Dundee boys. The whip ball back in is half-assed at best. I'm sick and fucking tired of saying the same fucking sentence every time a full back goes for a cross. You can't fucking cross, just get that out your heads now. Unless it's a low cross across the 6-yard box, don't fucking try it, because you're not capable at all, man. You're not known for your technicality, Ralston. You're known for your physicality. Just use that. Take your man on, put some fucking pressure on, or lay it after someone that can get a better delivery on. Don't just half-ass and spunk it into the box like a half. It's just not good. That's a lovely touch. Please run with us. Please get a chance for this. It's a horrible pass. Oh my fucking god, man. Like, we are doing the most to make it hard for ourselves. Ball into the box is dangerous enough, though. Nobody's trying to help McCowan out, so he has to fucking pass it out towards the wing again. Whip cross in, takes a bounce off of the first Dundee man. Celtic are trying to put the pressure on Dundee, trying to look for the foul. Referee ain't interested. And eventually they just clear the lines away when they realise they can't buy it. Back towards Skills as quick as it's basically been fired at him. Lead off towards Trusty. Time is running out thick and fucking fast now. Nice little popping move. Still dangerous, and Dundee somehow come away with that one. Mixture of luck and really good timing in that step in. Kind of bounced off the ball. Fuck, he really did get lucky. Bounced off the bottom of his knee. If it didn't, then it would have got through it. McGregor. Can you fucking look down when you dribble, Chief? How many times have you lost the ball under your feet in the last 5 minutes? For fuck's sake, Trusty. Nice pass out towards Forrest. This is what I'm saying, this is where it can be useful. He tries to whip in a random pass for no reason. You had about fucking 10 yards of space to run right through the central area. That's what you like to do, Chief. Nice little layoff. Skills has it for range. Nice little ball out again. The whip cross will have to come in thick and fast. It's not bad. Takes a deflection. It's on! And the actual, thank you fucking Christ! Thank you God, man. We fucking deserve that. It was the bare minimum we were due. Thank you, Kelechi, a striker that can finish. Thank you, my boy. He's not done that much since he's came on, but I'll tell you what, that is massive for us. I just need to check to make sure there's no potential bullshit that could cause us problems here. Kelechi's onside, that will stand. He's definitely on there. The first touch is lovely to kill it, and it's shot, and the keeper can't react. He just kind of puts his arm out and hopes that the Kelechi goes across him rather than by him, but Kelechi takes that option instead. It's a lovely dugout finish. Come on. Not bad. Nice to see some fucking composure at the final end, man. They will VAR it most likely to check if it's offside, but it looks pretty comfortably on there. It's a lovely finish for Kelechi. The defender on the ground I feel a bit bad for. They will check it 100%, but he looks on. There's a defender behind him as well, that both defenders look like they're playing him on, but definitely one of them at least is. Goal has been given, apparently. Yep. It stands, it stands, it stands. Thank you fucking God. I was half expecting them to just find a way. We've got our second. We cannot concede. If you fuckers mess this up for here, I will be very, very annoyed, man. Just do not. Get the third. Make the prediction right. Make me seem like a genius and we're balling, man. But Christ above, this was not the type of game I was expecting to play out. I was expecting us to have it fucking weird. But we have made this way more difficult for ourselves than we've needed to. Give credit to Dundee in some aspects. The second half has been a lot better for them, but it's hard to argue that they deserve much out this match. Oi! That's got to be a card, ref! Get the fucking card out. Get him going. That might be a straight red. It is. Dundee are down to 10 men. They're done. Seems like the game's over. Ashley made the mistake of pulling on his man. He really fucking shouldn't have done that. I think it was Ashley anyway. It was one of the defenders for Dundee on the breakthrough. It was a lovely flick on header. And it takes his man out. It's pretty straightforward, that one. Lovely flick on for Kelechi. Yang does well to get the touch and just puts his elbow in the way, takes him out of the game. That's it. Straightforward and it's done. It's just a very silly shove because, I mean, Yang was always probably going to go away for goal there. But the Welshman has been booked. Ashley is off. And it couldn't have came at a better time. Right in the closing stages of the game. We can breathe a little because it means they're down a defender. We could potentially maybe actually get a third. Oh, that everyone. Bye bye. Nah, it's just silly for Ashley. It's kind of the same as Donovan. You can tell that he wasn't trying to make it, it wasn't an intentional, like, I want to hurt this man or anything. It's more or less just like a dumb defensive move at the worst time. And Ashley's just getting the confirmation for the referee as to why. It's definitely for the shove. 100%. Oh my god, man. I feel like supporting this club is the equivalent of having like a really hot wife. Like it's great most of the time until you have to deal with every motherfucker trying to like ruin it. Dundee being the guy in the leather jacket sitting at the side of the street going, hey, what's good, toots? And Celtic nearly falling for their shite, but they've pulled out last second, they've figured it out. Got a few minutes left, whatever, on top of additional time, so... Did he fucking hit that? If that went in, I would have fucking screamed. I mean, I'm pretty sure that it would have been easily covered by McCracken in the end. He was literally diving past his post, so he would have had it saved. Seven additional minutes of added time. What are they going to try and do what they did for Hearts earlier on against Livy? And give them like fucking 8 minutes. I mean, for the red card stoppage and 2 goals, it's... Well, that and a VR check. So 4 minutes, it would be 4 minutes on my time anyway. There wasn't any injury stoppages that I'm missing in my head. So yeah, about 4 or 5 minutes max. We'll get our answer in the next 3 minutes anyway, so... How the fuck did Dundee keep that in? I honestly respect that boy's ability to keep that in play though. That was fair enough. Unfortunately it meant fuck all for him and it's actually worked out in our favour a lot more because now we're on the attack. Come on boys. Make it 3. Please. Please. Oh, it does deflect out. There's no Celtic body there to just get the rebound shot away, but we've got the ball back. It's still dangerous. McCowan on the edge of the area. Sirachi's laid it off. Decent ball in. Laid off across the face of the box and Dundee scamper it clear again. Fuck's sake. It's like 7 minutes, Sky have said. Sky have said many things and it turns out not to be true though. It'll probably be on their commentators' time, I would imagine. 9 subs of red call, a VAR check for a penalty, make about 9 minutes. It's just like additional time until Dundee score. But Yang's gone down with cramp. I have to say the same thing to him that I said to that fucking Agoni when he started going down with multiple cramp. If it happens more than once, you just take him off. No point in wasting time. He's just giving Dundee extra minutes to get back into the game. Nah, I wouldn't imagine it would be anyone. I'd be very fucking surprised. Nice, the movement in is bad though. Crossing's a little bit more decent. I was going to spin out to the edge of the area actually. Why would you pass that back there? I do not know. You probably could have took your man on, but fair enough. Played out towards the far side instead. Scales towards Trust It. Really not sure what I'd even really make of this game, but I think the nicest way to sum it is stressful. I think people would agree with that. At least the boys were able to dig out. don't really see Dundee doing too much in terms of a threat here. Lovely step into the side, the movement's pretty decent, pop around. I'm not sure if that came off the arm or a body, but the referee says play on. Playing a dangerous ass game here, Dundee. But there's definitely the 7 additional minutes, 30 seconds into it, give or take. So 6.5 minutes Celtic need to see out from this point to make sure that we are 3 points to the good, and more importantly 3 points away from the top of the table. It's going to be a bit of a dicey end to the game, because Dundee will obviously throw everything they've got at this. They've got no reason not to. Down to 10 men, you might as well just throw everyone forward in hopes of an equaliser. If you concede, you concede. Goal difference doesn't matter. Well, they're it, and the table is pretty much dead set. So if I'm them, I'd consider just going for it. Blow the whistle if it's there. We're all just kind of waiting for it now. It's a pretty poor ball forward actually, and it means Dundee will be able to get them sails back into the game quickly. Looks like they're going to be making a change or two, and as you would imagine, yep, more attacking based changes, and they're going for it. Taking off a fall back and right, and definitely got more advanced options, I guess. Yep, Dan right are off, and it's got, oh, we Charlie right, bro, former Albion Rovers player. If he scores here, I'll be fucking raging. But it's nice to see him, man. I used to watch him all the time when he was at Albion Rovers, man. He's world class. At least at, you know, League 4, well, League 2 level, I should say. Nice to see him, man. But I don't want you doing anything positive. If anything, if you could just pass it right towards a Celtic player and just give us an extra goal, that'd be fantastic. Imagine ours and Rangers in the last game, and fuck's sake, I imagine that, by the way. We'll have to see what the post-split fixtures are, because it always depends on positioning, right? And Celtic are actually in a pretty decent, like, if we go in and we're third, it's not the worst, because it means we're pretty much guaranteed a, well, it's more of a guarantee that those two could play each other on the final day. At least increased odds. It's not a guarantee, nothing's set in stone, but I think the odds would be about 10, no, not 10%, 15%. Well, not more, but just about under halfway through the additional time. 3 minutes done. Got to say, the first half was a lot better in terms of nicer to watch football. The second half has had some very interesting moments. Again, it's not as if Dundee have done a lot in the game per se. They've had one or two decent chances. The penalty obviously being the biggest one. I'd say that ball into the box that the boy just didn't get the flick on would have been their best chance in terms of open play. Celtic have definitely been the better team over the course of the 90 minutes. It'd be hard to argue that we don't deserve the 3 points for this, but we have made it way more egregiously difficult for ourselves than we should have. It's just that simple, honestly. That's got to be a fault. Clubbed these men a little late, and there might be a potential card. Forrest is claiming for it, but instead it's just thrown for Dundee. That's incredible. Ball popped into the open-ended area. Nicely dealt with by Trusty, and the layoff's a bit poor from us though. Not the greatest move in the world, but Celtic do well to retain it. And the ball take. Oh, I thought it took a decent deflection through so that he could get on the end of it. Nice. I like that. Skill's not taking any risks. There pops out on the far side, and it's actually giving Yang and Sirachi a lot of running space. Sirachi's done well to get down the byline alongside. Yang ball in is decent, but well cut out, to be fucking fair, man. That step in was perfectly timed. From Dundee's perspective, they'll take that every day of the week, and the passing for Celtic's really nice to get that under control. We're playing a little bit like we did in the first half now, with then quicker 1-2 passes. But I'm pretty sure it's just to keep the Dundee players as far away from the ball as possible until this game is done. At the end of the day, 3 points are 3 points, doesn't matter how you get them, just that you do. And Celtic, for better or for worse, have been able to achieve that. And it's a net gain for us this week. We might have been cheesed the last time when we lost to Dundee United, but we've gained 2 points in Hearts this time round, and we keep pace with Rangers. Everyone's still within touching distance. It would put everyone within 3 points of each other, which means one win for one team and one loss for another can literally dictate how things changes. If we didn't get 3 points in this game, it would have been a lot harder to see Celtic being in that fight. But we've got a decent amount of the away games done and dusted now, so that's something at least. Scales just plays it back across, calm enough for Celtic to pop it into space, and Sriracha has all the time in the world to pick his spot. And it's actually a really good pass into the open space. There's a lot of runners for Celtic. Ball in behind for Iniacho. Maybe there is a third. Oh, it's a good defensive block again on the fucking line, basically. If he doesn't get his body in front of that, Kelechi made it 3, and my prediction would have been right. The only thing I'm slightly annoyed about, I wouldn't say it's a sitter, because he had to take it from a weird angle. There's going to be another call coming out. Not really too surprising there. Ralston in the book. We've got 38 seconds left. Pretty much. So if there's a Hail Mary for Dundee, it's going to have to come now. And they're going to have to basically, just literally about to say they might as well bring the goalkeeper up, because this might be the last action. There he is. He's in the box with them. So if there's late drama, it's going to happen now. Switched into the box. Let's see where it goes. Over everybody. Sinisalo spills it, but Celtic hook it clear. Another hook up into the box, and I think it's been stopped for a foul on Sinisalo anyway. He's down on his hands and knees. Did he get collided? Well, let's see what happened. Oh yeah, he took like a double nick actually, like a slight elbow for the leading man running into the box, and then on the way down he kind of collides with another Dundee man, although that's not really his fault at all. We'll take it. But the 7 minutes have been gone. So it's on the referee's time now. O'Neill's kind of gestured into the referee like, we're now 30 seconds over at this point, can you maybe, you know, put the game to bed? The referee's willing to play it on for just a little bit longer. Throw in for Dundee, we're still going. O'Neill is not fucking happy, and there we go. Eventually the whistle's thrown when Dundee puts it back in. We've got ourselves 3 points yet, and when it's not the most comfortable 3 points in the fucking world, but it's 3 points nonetheless. I honestly don't know what to make of that game. God damn. Svanchara comes immediately off the bench to give Iniacho a very sincere hug. I think the big man knows himself that he just wasn't his best today, it's fair to say. I think Yang's been credited with the first goal, honestly more than fair. We'll take it. So it's not a goal for the big boy in Benji, but he was without a doubt the best player on that part today. He's still my man in the match regardless, but give credit not just to the ability of Yang to get the goal, but the tactical masterclass he O'Neill to put an archer on, because Kelechi was able to get us that goal. It's not ideal from Dundee's perspective, because it pretty much just roots them in their spot. They are guaranteed basically to go into the split in 8th position, pretty much guaranteed, unless they really fuck things up with Aberdeen, but they're kind of being dragged back into the relegation fight just a little bit. But up at the top, there you go, there's your gander at Hearts. Still lead the line with 67 points, nice. But Rangers are in second on 66, and right behind them now, officially on 64 points, is Celtic, and we've got ourselves in a bit of a decent kind of run now. It's not too bad. I mean, a couple of factors to kind of put in here in terms of goal difference. It's pretty damn close actually. I mean, Rangers have got a few more goals for and a few less goals against. I think the goal difference swing is 9 or 7 or it's 8 or 9 right now, if my maths is right. I think it's 9. So yeah, it would have been nice for us to score a goal or two more, but we do have a couple of interesting fixtures still to upcome. Here is the next one. If you want to join us for this, you are more than welcome to do so if you're heading off for the stream anyway, but we'll be up against St Mirren here. Oh, well, that double, that's very cool. Nice, thank you. Ad placement, minted. But yeah, I don't mind that at all too much. I think it's best case scenario that we're kind of in and amongst it. Got to be more clinical, 100%. We know what we need to do now. For those that are still here, loud yelly man about to do loud yelly man things. Although it's not going to be a sincerely massive yas. It's more just going to be like a relief yas. So I don't think you need to really turn your audio down for this one. I'll be fully fucking honest. Gentle men for the fucking victory. A goddamn stressful one of that. And for the win. Yes! Thank you fucking Christ. That was stressful as hell, man. You know it's bad when you've got a goddamn fucking atheist saying thank fucking Christ. We'll take it. Your next game is Falkirk. Pretty interesting match, to be fair. I mean, Falkirk are are yous at home or away, guys? I suppose I can actually just fucking bring up and check. What are the next split fixtures? Here is the last match day before the split. So you got Aberdeen taking on Hibernian, so that should be a pretty straightforward win for the boys from Easter Road, I would say. Celtic are up against St Mirren at home, so as long as we do the job, it should be pretty easy considering we're sitting on the table. Dundee United take on Livingston, which should be pretty straightforward, but Livingston have shown a wee bit of fight over the last few match days, but probably a bit too little too late for them. Hearts are obviously up against Motherwell, massive match when you look at it from that perspective, and obviously kicking off along the same time as Celtic and St Mirren as well, so we'll probably kind of do a double header and keep a tab on both matches. So if you want to join us for that, you're more than welcome to do so. And again, some interesting ones. That is a relegation fucking match right there. Kelly against Dundee FC, so of course we know the other Dundee are pretty capable, but that's usually when they're at home. When they're at Dens Park away from home, they've been very inconsistent, and Kelly have actually been the polar opposite. They've been very good at Rugby Park, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. But Falkirk up against Rangers, that is a game that could throw up some interesting ones, because Falkirk are a good side. I mean, again, if you look at the table, it's not as if they're playing bad stuff. They've been a little bit inconsistent on and off in form, but their goal difference is pretty straightforward. They're a very even team. They score as often as they concede, so they are a team that by definition should maybe potentially steal a draw. And if you want to look at the player stats, just to confirm it, Negrin did get his goal disallowed today. It's no longer at 16, it's dropped back down to 15, and Slattery still leads in assists. Fair enough to Calvin Miller for being in there as well. Can't really argue with that at all. Well, decent enough. There's your full results list from the last match day. Pretty straightforward. 2-0 for St Mirren against Aberdeen. Rangers 4-2 against Dundee United. Motherwell, despite having a bit of a late surge against Falkirk, fell pretty short in the end, losing 3-2, which was a very good win for the Bairns, to be honest with you. Hibs managed to get the job done against Kilmarnock, although it took a disallowed VAR goal for Cully in the end of the first half to really set the tone for their depressing downfall in the second half. Livingston, like we said just earlier on, managed to get a pretty decent result against a pretty strong Hearts side, although Hearts will feel like they've threw away two very major points, considering the fact that from here every game is a tough test for them. They do not have an easy fixture, but the easiest game they've got is literally against their rivals in Hibs, so it's a tough one. And obviously just there we witnessed it ourselves. Dundee managed to give us a bit of a scare, to be honest with you. A pretty reasonable fight, but in the end of it all we managed to come in clutch and get the job done, so pretty happy, pretty content. Can't really argue with that. It's going to be more stress, exactly that, man. Every game for here is going to be pretty interesting for sure. There's no game is set in stone. Any team can win any game, so we just need to hope. Well, I mean, from my perspective, I just need to hope that Celtic are the ones that kind of come out the other end of it a little bit more intact than the other sides. But there's not going to be any music for that because I've got it running through the long channel thing. I need to fix that for next time. So pretty straightforward. Will just be kind of like a cold ending, I suppose. So thank you for watching, thank you for coming along and taking the time to join us. I understand this game was pretty easily accessible, so the fact you've taken the time to join us is very much appreciated. If you want to join us for the next one, you're more than welcome to do so. Like I said, it will be on the 11th of April, the kick-off will be at 3 o'clock, so give or take we'll be live about 15 to 10 minutes beforehand, and you can join us for what could be a major match, and obviously we'll have that Hearts and Motherwell game alongside it in case there's a potential slip up from the boys at Tynecastle. So pretty alright fair perspective, a scrappy win, but a win nonetheless, we'll take it. I think that's everything that needs to be covered and done, so thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for watching as long as you have. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't yet and you're still in chat, although most of these pretty much are, so very nice to see some of the old god here. And yeah, that's everything. Like, fuck, we won, eh? That's a slight, positive to take from it. And again, I get that it was a pretty easily accessible game, so the fact that we had anywhere above 20 viewers was actually pretty decent. Don't know what we did for likes, but that's more than fine. Anything close to 15 or 20 is decent. That is basically everything that's required for this stream. I'll just do one last little check to make sure I haven't missed any key points or anything that could be useful. Well, but we did gain 2 subscribers, so thank you very much to the 2 that joined us today. That is everything that needs to be covered, so until next time, hail, have a good one, and calm yourselves down after a very stressful last match today. But Celtic won. Celtic are still the best damn team in the fucking world. I'll catch you in the next stream. Until then, hail, and have a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank Christ for that, man.